Despite its enduring popularity, the GMC Sierra 1500 truck still suffers from a myriad of known reliability issues like major electric problems, engine and transmission failures at low mileages, and serious ABS-related problems. Moreover, recently discovered problems involving the cab's structural integrity seem like a very good reason to avoid the current GMC Sierra 1500. Keep watching this video until the end as we discuss 7 reasons why you should not buy the GMC Sierra 1500. Number 7. Defective airbag wiring. The federal government is currently investigating late-model GMC Sierra trucks to determine why the airbags on these models are failing to deploy in serious crashes. Preliminary findings seem to implicate corrosion in airbag inflator connectors that effectively render the airbags useless just when you need them the most, despite affected vehicles suffering significant frontal damage during accidents in which several drivers and passengers have been seriously injured or lost their lives. According to several owners of affected GMC Sierra 1500 trucks, the first signs of airbag issues are that airbag warning lights come on and that trouble codes B00011B or B00120D are stored in the SRS control module. As a point of interest, it's worth noting that the federal investigation into defective airbag inflators covers a total of 750,000 GMC and GM vehicles, with GMC Sierra 1500 trucks accounting for a large percentage of the total number of vehicles under investigation. Functional airbags are of critical importance in modern vehicles, so before you buy a used late-model GMC Sierra 1500 truck, make sure that the problems with the airbag inflator connectors have been resolved under the relevant recall notice. Number 6. Roof joint failures. It turns out that several thousand GMC Sierra trucks, including a large number of current-year GMC Sierra 1500 trucks, are being investigated by federal authorities over a poorly executed weld seam where the roof joins the cab bodywork. Several hundred GMC Sierra 1500 trucks have been identified where the poorly welded seam had actually opened up. But regardless of whether or not the seam opens up, this defect represents a major structural weakness that could cause serious injuries or even fatalities should an affected truck roll over or receive a significant side impact. So while GM is aware of the large number of affected GMC Sierra 1500 trucks, their only guidance to dealers has been for technicians to weld up the affected seam. But there are 2 significant problems with this guidance. The first is that welding up the seam requires the removal of much of the cabin interior, and the second problem is that few, if any, dealership technicians are qualified and experienced welders, not to mention the fact that performing this type of welding requires highly specialized welding equipment that few, if any, dealerships possess or have access to. Moreover, while GM's guidance includes the instruction to apply an anti-corrosion coating to the welded area and to repaint the roof, there's a strong possibility that an unsuspecting buyer might end up with a GMC Sierra 1500 truck with a severely compromised roof structure. As a practical matter, repairs such as welding up a split weld seam should only be performed by suitably qualified body repairers who have the technical knowledge and experience to perform a weld repair that conforms to OEM specs and standards. Number 5. Trailer brake controller failures. Although trailer brake controllers were designed specifically to improve the braking efficiency and safety of a towing vehicle and trailer combination, this does not necessarily apply to late model or older GMC Sierra 1500 trucks. Many owners of GMC Sierra 1500 trucks have filed complaints with the NHTSA about the operation of the trailer brake controllers on their vehicles. In most cases, the trailer brake controller fails as soon as a trailer is connected to the vehicle, with the first sign of such a failure being a warning on the dashboard informing drivers to service their vehicle soon. In other cases, the trailer brake controller fails when the driver applies the brakes while towing a heavy trailer, which poses a significant accident risk, especially when traveling at highway speeds and heavy traffic. The importance of a fully functional trailer brake controller cannot be overstated, so if you do a lot of towing, we strongly suggest that you look for a reliable towing vehicle from among the GMC Sierra 1500's many competitors. Number 4. Poor ride quality. Many owners of the GMC Sierra 1500 trucks report that the ride quality of their trucks is, well, truck-like, which is fine if you plan on using a GMC Sierra 1500 purely as a work truck. However, for many buyers of full-size trucks who use their trucks as daily drivers, the ride quality of a large truck is far more important than the truck's towing capacity or how much weight it can carry comfortably. In practice, in the ride quality test, the GMC Sierra 1500 truck falls short of almost all of its competitors. Owners of the GMC Sierra 1500 trucks complain of excessive body roll through corners at moderate speeds and of their trucks feeling skittish and bumpy on uneven terrain when their trucks are not weighed down with cargo. Other complaints include poor braking and steering responses on uneven or bumpy road surfaces, so if you need a daily driver with superior handling and ride comfort, you might be better served by buying a Ford F-150, which offers rock-solid handling and superior ride comfort of a high-end SUV. Number 3. Poor visibility from the driver's seat. Although GM did get some things right when they designed the last few iterations of the GMC Sierra 1500, one of the biggest things that the designers got wrong was their failure to consider that not every driver of this truck would be taller than 6 feet. In fact, if you're much shorter than 6 feet, you might not be able to see the front of the hood while seated in the driver's seat, which would have been easy to correct by providing some vertical adjustment to the driver's seat. Therefore, and since there is no such adjustment or not enough vertical adjustment, drivers of short stature might find it very difficult to steer the GMC Sierra 1500 through narrow spaces or in busy parking lots without colliding with other vehicles simply because they cannot see the front of the truck. An additional factor that limits visibility from the driving position is the absurdly wide side pillars that almost totally obscure a driver's peripheral field of vision, meaning that unless a driver exercises extreme caution while negotiating congested spaces like busy parking lots, it's almost certain that a driver of a late-model GMC Sierra 1500 truck will often not see traffic approaching him from either side of the truck. Number 2. High maintenance costs. Most credible online car review publications award the GMC Sierra 1500 a reliability rating of 3 out of 5, which means that the GMC Sierra places 22nd out of a possible 35 places. This ranking system evaluates 345 models across all major manufacturers, and so in practice, GMC Sierra 1500 trucks will cost an average of $744 per year to repair. However, it's worth noting that the amount of $744 is an annualized average cost, so while some owners of GMC Sierra 1500 trucks will spend around $750 or less to repair the trucks in any given year, a large percentage of owners of GMC Sierra trucks will spend several thousands of dollars on repairs when critical systems like the ABS, four-wheel drive, or power steering fail. It's also worth noting that although none of the GMC Sierra 1500 trucks' direct competitors are entirely free of faults, defects, or built-in shortcomings, many GMC Sierra 1500 trucks built over the past few years are notoriously prone to major system failures. In fact, owners of GMC Sierra 1500 trucks have filed several thousand complaints to various authorities about the reliability of the GMC Sierra 1500s built over the last few years. Most complaints describe ABS failures, poor or erratic HVAC operation, engine and transmission failures at very low mileages, catastrophic four-wheel drive system failures, and miscellaneous electrical failures that sometimes cause the truck to catch fire. Thus, based on the high number of major system failures, annual repair costs of $744 is a statistical outlier, meaning that in the real world, the annual repair costs of GMC Sierra 1500 trucks typically amount to several $1,000s. Number 1. Overpriced and poor value for money. Although the GMC Sierra 1500 has many positive attributes and qualities, all or most trim levels are significantly more expensive than their direct competitors. For instance, the current entry-level GMC Sierra 1500 Pro has a suggested retail price of $38,345, while the current Chevy Silverado 1500, which is essentially the same vehicle as the Sierra 1500, has a basic price tag of $37,445 and offers a better designed and equipped interior. Similarly, the current and exquisitely designed Ford F-150 XL does almost everything better than the GMC Sierra 1500, and yet it has a basic price tag of only $36,770. However, the GMC Sierra 1500 is not all bad. It's a sturdy, capable, and fuel-efficient workhorse truck that'll serve its owner well if it's properly cared for. However, if one considers its poor ride quality, its interior made with cheap plastic, and its myriad known problems and reliability issues, the GMC Sierra 1500 falls short of its main competitors in terms of value for money. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.